How does an athlete think? Some of the most successful artists actually have a sports background. Now, today's guest, Dimitra Korri, is a national figure skating champion and an innovative artist. She's going to help us understand how athletics and the arts work together. Dimitra, welcome to the spotlight.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, look, and we know each other in real life, but when I was thinking about who I wanted to get on the show, you're one of the most interesting people that I've ever met, right? Because you've won all these skating championships, but you're also a talented musician, you're a filmmaker, you do so many different things. But let's start right at the beginning with your skating, because I think that's a really interesting entry point, so people can understand really who you are and why you kind of think the way you do. So let's clarify the details. How many skating championships have you won?
I have won 7 national championships for Greece, starting in 2014, then 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, and 2025. Yeah.
Um, So like that's crazy, right? Like you're like
Is
a
it?
national figure skating champion. No, it's crazy. Like that enough. That's enough that it's like okay, like holy crap, right? Like, but then to be honest, like I think it's just the beginning because you've used that to like I don't know as a springboard for all these other things. But let's stick with skating for now. Like, how did you get started in figure skating?
Well, I always really liked dancing and singing, like around the house, and I was a very active kid. So naturally, my parents were like, "Oh, we have to put this kid in sports." And there was an ice arena close by, so I just took like one of those beginning skating classes and then it like sucked out my soul and chewed up my heart and I've been doing it ever since. Yeah.
Okay, and so how old were you when you started?
I was like 6 years old. Yeah.
Okay, so you were like 6, and how long did it take for you to just, I don't know, start winning stuff where it was clear that you weren't just like the other kids, like you were gonna win something?
Well, I was always really competitive even in like PE class, like with running and stuff. I always wanted to be first. So
Mhm,
I think that's when I kind of realized that I was going to be a competitive athlete.
mhm.
Um and yeah, I mean even in my children's book, right? Like this was like one of my first skating competitions when I was little and yeah, we got 2 trophies. So yeah, I don't know, I was really in it to win it and just about the competitive atmosphere, it like gave me a reason to wake up in the morning. So yeah.
Um, Also, like, this segment's about skating, but wait, did you write a children's book too that I didn't even
Oh
know about?
yeah. Yeah, it's called Dimitra
What?
Ice Skates. It's available
Right.
on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. This is the hardcover. That one's on Amazon. Oh, sorry, that one's on Barnes and Noble, but the soft cover is on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay, just
It's got
promote your
activity
stuff.
pages. It's fun. Ages 5 plus. Yeah.
For anyone at home, who's keeping track, so she's a 7-time national figure skating champion. She wrote a children's book. I didn't even know. She's got a single that's coming out. We're gonna talk about that next segment. She's also a
Yeah.
filmmaker. It's probably 8 other things. She's actually that painting in the background, that's hers. She built the condo that
The
she's in
painting
right
is not mine.
now. She created me out of asphalt and magic. It's unbelievable. Okay, we only have a minute left. You're very fun
Oh
and
my
you're
god.
very, very interesting too. Why figure skating? Because obviously, you can do whatever you want, and you are doing everything you want. But it does seem to me like figure skating is like I don't know, maybe your first love. You seem very committed to that. So, like, why figure skating? What is it about figure skating?
Well, I love that it combines artistry with athleticism, and there's very few sports that do that. And I've tried other sports too, but nothing quite gets me like ice skating. I think it's just the fact that it combines like movement to music. Yeah, like I always really like rhythmic gymnastics. And actually, I wanted to be a rhythmic gymnast, but that gym was too far away from my house, and the ice arena was closer. So my mom was kind of just like, this is good enough, right? And then I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. I like that, there's speed involved. Like I did ballet, but even that to me was too stagnant. So I kind of just I liked everything about it. It was like extreme ballet. Yeah.
Extreme ballet. I mean, what an interesting quote, right? That's like figure skating is like extreme ballet. To me, that's kind of who you are, right? You're sort of like this extreme ballerina, and you're gonna just play. in any ballet you can find. Pretty cool. I've got Dimitra Korri for 3 more segments on the spotlight. Welcome back to the spotlight. I'm here with Dimitra Korri. Okay, Dimitra, I'm playing around a little bit. We're having some fun where I'm like, oh, she does all these things, but actually you do all these things, and you actively have like a single, I think like streaming or something, like, and it's pretty good. Like I listened to it, and you've been promoting that aggressively, at least on Instagram from what I saw. So let's start there because yes, you're this amazing figure skater, but you're also like a talented musician. Tell us about your single.
Well, I started making music. Well, I've always played music. Like I was classically trained in piano from when I was a kid. And then I started singing in high school, and then I picked up the guitar. And then I started writing my own music. And then I released a Christmas album in 2019, right before the pandemic. Horrible time to release anything. But now that's doing really well. It's called Heaven Everywhere. And I also did a cover of Little Toy Trains. So I started there. And then during the pandemic, since there was all this downtime, I just started writing more music and collaborating with other artists. And my new single is called Dust. And I'm actually skating to my own music for the first time in competition now. So my short program is Dust. And that was inspired by Burning Man, written in Joshua Tree. And yeah, it's really about overcoming adversity and dealing with like grief and loss, and then finding yourself again through all of that. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's a great single. So anyone like stream, where can we listen to it or buy it? Like to plug it.
It's everywhere. It's on iTunes, Spotify, um, Tidal, whatever streaming platform you use. It's there. If it's not there, somebody please let me know. It's on Amazon Music. Yeah, we just did a mass worldwide release on it. So
It's interesting, right? Because I find you very complex too, right? I mean, the depth of what you're
you don't want to
doing.
date me, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can only imagine. You probably need like 35 men and women probably to satisfy you. I have no idea, but
Oh
it
dear.
seems
Oh dear.
it's interesting. Yeah, exactly. But what you're doing is interesting too because I've never heard of that. I'm sure it's been done, but like you made your own music, you're a figure skating champion, and then you have this extra artistic connection where you're designing a figure skating program to your own music. Like that's not a
Right.
small thing. That sounds to me almost like a Charlie Chaplin kind of approach, you know?
Sure, yeah, we could call it that. Yeah, it's really cool though to be all encompassing like that, because it's one thing to skate to someone else's vocals and then try to interpret them, and another thing when it's your own voice, it's really like coming from the soul like no other. So yeah,
Right,
it's a
right.
pretty unique experience.
But it's pretty cool. Look, Charlie Chaplin, I mean, obviously one of the most famous, Hollywood performers ever. And he was like the writer, the director, the star, and he composed the music and I think he edited the films. And you just seem like you're that sort of like all encompassing type of artist. I mean, look, this whole episode is about all the cool stuff that you do, but this segment's about music. So what else do you have planned musically?
So I am gonna start a music label and a nonprofit. So outside of releasing more music, which is happening, and an album, my biggest thing is tying in mental health and hosting like silent discos or like figure skating and roller skating parties, and bringing in like DJs to host these events and kind of create like an alternative to church. Like church is great, but it's not for everyone, and for some people, music is religion. So that's going to be the thing, is kind of just like creating a safe space for people to come together and just like let loose and have a good time.
Hmm. What about like concerts? Do you tour? I mean, you're so busy, but
I'm still actively competing, so I can't go on like a music tour just yet. But
right.
whenever I get the chance, I do sneak in a show. Um, yeah, like we performed a little DJ set at Los Globos here in LA last year, so that was fun. So yeah, right now it's just kind of a delicate balance of time. Yeah,
You're still competing because you're still
I
winning
am.
national championships as a figure skater. So I can't. It's like Beyonce being can't do the tour right now. I got to win another figure skating trophy. It's insanity. Also,
Yeah,
it's
so
interesting too.
last event
What?
yeah,
Sorry. Go.
my last event was in New Zealand, and I got the silver medal there, and that's where dust made its debut internationally. So yeah, this is about to be like the international figure skating, live performance of dust, and then maybe next year we'll do the vocal performance, or maybe I can sneak in some vocal stuff in the cities that I'm going to be in. That would be really cool.
She's the most interesting woman in the world, Dimitra Korri, for 2 more segments on the spot. Welcome back to the spotlight. I'm here with Dimitra Korri. Okay, Dimitra, look, you're so interesting. I've established this many times. But I will say, even like also, obviously like we're friends in real life and I follow you on Instagram and everything. I love your captions too, because I was like, as artistic and interesting as you are, there's a very, very serious woman in there and a very serious athlete. That's what I get from you. Like it seems to me like, this sort of like really competitive performer is at the foundation of everything you do. Like, do you think that's right? And how does this athlete's mentality help you as an artist?
I think I've learned the most from failure, honestly. And nothing is harder than falling in front of like a stadium packed with 16,000 people. And then when they're like upset for you, it kind of hits you like a wave. And they're like, oh, it's like, oh, you guys want me to do well. Okay. It was like a weird visceral feeling. And you kind of just take all of that in, and then you want to like rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Mm,
Um, so for me, yeah, it's like I've won things, but I've also like lost as well. And I think
mhm,
that's kind of like what inspired Dust. It was just like this revival, like after the pandemic too, and just like the second coming, and grit, discipline, perseverance, like no matter what, I'm gonna just get up and try again. And bouncing back from failure, I think is the athlete's mentality. Yeah.
Look, it's powerful what you're saying. I've been being paid to act for over 30 years. Okay. And so I've been in this industry a long time. And I would say, in my opinion, um, rejection is the hardest thing to deal with for almost every single person. And it doesn't matter if you're a Hollywood celebrity or you're starting out, there's so much rejection. So it seems to me that you having this mature, seasoned professional athlete where it really impacts your relationship with uncertainty and specifically rejection, that is a superpower. Would you agree with that?
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And not everyone has it. Like I
Mm,
coach figure skating now too. And you really see like kind of which kid is going to get up and try again. And then other ones just give up, easily. And you can't really teach that. You can't teach hard work. I try and I do my best, but sometimes, someone either has it or they don't. And yeah, it's kind of how they say you can't teach charisma. Yeah.
mm. It's interesting because you do so many things. And I'm making some jokes, but it's really impressive, right? And I think as I get to know you more, especially with this interview, I think it's to me it just seems like you're so willing to do anything because, as you say, you'll fail in front of 16,000 people and still win the championship, right? So you're like, well, why not write a
Right.
children's book? Why not make a single, right? Why not do this? Why not do that? Is that what your kind of philosophy is?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't like doing nothing. I don't like wasting time. I can't like I go to the gym every day. Yeah, I'm very active in general, and I want to like impact the world in that way to
Mm,
kind of convince people to get out there and go do what they love, as hard as it might be. Do it scared, do it broke, do it right now, right? Or right meow, I should say.
right. Well, not maybe not now because you're doing this interview. Do it after the interview. We only have 90 seconds for a commercial. How would you
Okay.
define the mentality of a champion? Like we've talked about it, but like if you had to define it, put into words, what would you say?
I mean, a champion really is just someone that doesn't give up, right?
Mm,
Somebody that is gonna not listen to anyone that tells them like, because there's no shortage of people that'll be like, oh, that's impossible or that's crazy, right? You don't listen to any of that noise, and you get up and you go do what you believe that you can do. You have to really believe in yourself, and you have to have a really high self-esteem, and Just be really secure, and even when you're not, fake it till you make it, right?
Look, and you're in Los Angeles. That's, there's been like Hollywood unemployment's been almost 50% for the last few years. What would you tell people
Right.
who are struggling?
Reach out to your friends. Look for the diamonds in your backyard, as they say, and something is going to come up, right? Just don't give up and just keep pursuing that dream. If it's really something that you're passionate about, it's going to work out. Yeah.
So you just really don't take no for an answer. Like people say that, but it just seems like with you, it's not even in your DNA. I don't even think you entertain the idea of a no. Is that right?
Well, I'm Spartan, so some would say that I was born ready, right? My mom is a Spartan warrior, so yeah, maybe I get it from her side of the family. So, but
Wow.
yeah.
We've got one more segment with the Spartan, Dimitra Korri, on the spotlight. We'll go back to the spotlight. I'm here with Dimitra Korri. Okay, Dimitra, I don't even know what the hell to say anymore. I mean, it's I don't think I've ever met a more versatile human being in my whole life. I don't know, are you a polymath? Are you 10 people? Are you a freak? I don't know what you are. I'm happy you're on my show, but let's talk about the future because you do so many things and all of them are interesting. So what's next?
I think I'm ready to launch the documentary that kind of shows the ugly side of things, because everyone sees this like shiny metal and the finished product. And I kind of
Mm,
want to show everyone the hard work that goes into it, the grit, the grind, the difficult conversations, the falls, the bruising, so to say, even literally in ice
mhm,
skating. Like I think that would actually like help people so they can understand that it's not all like rainbows and butterflies.
right.
So yeah, outside of like just doing that, like nonprofit work and events, next would just be that. And then, making more music and probably releasing another book. Like Dimitra Ice Skates is supposed to be like a trilogy. So next would be like Dimitra Sings, right? Like the next
Mm,
chapter of what I'm diving
mhm.
into. So yeah.
It's interesting. Earlier in this interview, you'd made a joke, but it was also like a loaded joke. He's like, you wouldn't want to date me. And it was hilarious, but also it was interesting, right? So the journalist in me goes, oh, like, where's that come from? That, I mean, it sounds to me like maybe you've had some trouble in the past, or there's this like in your private life, I don't know, maybe there's an intensity or a discipline, like a certain level that maybe not a lot of people can keep up with. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I really have to be with someone that is equally as motivated and committed, and also like supporting what I do. Because in the past, I have dated people that were like, "Oh, well, when are you going to quit skating and do something else and this and that," and then just not
Mm,
understanding my drive. And I recently
right.
watched like the Billie Eilish documentary, and I know she had issues in a similar way with like
Mm,
dating guys that just didn't understand how big she wanted to be and what her goals were. So I
mm,
kind of identify with her in that it's just kind of like you either get on board or get out, right? So yeah.
right. It's powerful, but it also shows, the struggle is real, right? It's interesting that I say what's next, and you're willing to reveal that struggle, which says a lot about you, right? But that means like you're trying to show people, hey, like I'm doing all this stuff, but it's not easy. And there's a reason I am the way I am. So okay, like as much as you're willing to share, because I know like people have different attitudes toward visualization. With some people like, oh, don't say it out loud, keep it for yourself. But what is your vision for you? Like, what's the Dimitra that people don't see that you see, that you're like we're all just catching up to your own vision of yourself, right?
I don't know if I'm ready to reveal that in this interview.
You don't have to, but if I mean, I don't know if there's anything you're willing to share.
um I try not to have an ego, honestly. And I don't want to
Mm,
say anything that would just be like too cocky, so to say. And I don't like
right.
coming off that way in interviews or even like in person in general.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna just leave it at that, I think. Because
Yeah.
it's not about who I think I am, right? It's
But it's powerful that you even frame it that way, right? Because for me, I go, okay, so here is an incredibly ambitious woman who it's like you're aware, you're empathetic too, right? I know you in real life. Like
Very
you're a nice
much so.
person,
Yeah.
but you're gonna get it. And it's cool. It's just it's cool to know you. Okay, look, we only have 45 seconds. I gotta end this interview. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. What are your final thoughts? Like how can people, I don't know, like achieve their dreams by sort of adopting the attitude that you have?
I would say make lists, write down your, short-term goals, long-term goals, and then just slowly chip away at this giant ice block, pun intended. Um, and yeah, I think that's the
Hey,
best thing you can do to achieve anything. Like really, yeah, just
yeah,
set goals.
it's interesting, you have this deep, genuine, unshakable confidence more than maybe anyone that I've ever met. That was an awesome interview. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. It was so nice chatting.
It's not every day you get to interview a national sports champion, and interviewing Dimitra, it's very clear like she's a champion. We'll see you next time on the Spotlight.